Hello everyone. Today, Group 8, Nikita, Sushant, Vani, and Gonzalo are going to present a presentation on assessing the organization's sustainability plan, the case of Marriott Group of Hotels.
Sustainability is a process of ensuring that our actions today do not compromise the opportunities for future generations. It is about protecting and enhancing the environment, conserving resources, reducing waste, and increasing efficiency. So, sustainability highlights human activities and their ability to satisfy their needs and desires, not to exhaust the productive resources at their disposal. This makes us reflect on how we should conduct our economy and social life through the ecological resources that we have available. Sustainable development and sustainable tourism are significant because they present our best chance to move forward in a manner that often reconciles competing entities and interests along economic, social, cultural, and ecological lines. We will now try to understand the importance of sustainability in hospitality and tourism. Sustainability in hospitality is the ability of a hotel to maintain its current operations and continue providing services to guests while reducing or eliminating negative impacts on the environment. It's about making smart decisions that improve the bottom line and the world. Sustainability in hospitality refers to how we manage natural resources such as water, energy, and food to protect the environment while providing quality services for the guest. In addition, it also involves considering social aspects of sustainability such as fair wages for employees, gender equality, community involvement, etc. Marriott International is a hospitality service provider that operates hotels and restaurants. It operates franchises and licensed hotels, residential and timeshare properties under various luxury, premium, and select brands. Its brands include Ritz-Carlton, JW Marriott, St. Regis, Westin, Reynolds, among others. Marriott offers lodging, hotels reservations, timeshare vacations, flights, hotel package, and rental car services. It also operates loyalty programs, including Marriott Bonvoy, the Ritz-Carlton Rewards, Marriott Rewards, and Starwood Preferred Guest. The company's operations span North America, Europe, Africa, the Middle East, Asia Pacific, the Caribbean, and Latin America. Marriott offers the most powerful portfolio in the industry. They have 30 brands and more than 8,000 properties in 139 countries. Marriott is headquartered in Maryland, United States. Marriott's Sustainability Plan. Sustainable Development Goals, known as SDGs, were adopted by 193 countries at the United Nations Sustainable Development Summit in September 2015. The SDGs came into effect on January 1st, 2016, and they have 2030 as the deadline for achieving the targets. The SDGs are a comprehensive set of 17 goals and 169 targets. Mario's journey to having a beneficial and lasting influence is guided by 2025 sustainability and social impact goals. These objectives are intended to enable significant advancement toward the Sustainable Development Goals of the United Nations, which aim to address some of the most pressing issues confronting our planet and its people. Marriott has structured its sustainability and social impact goals into four categories: nurture the world, empower through opportunity, sustain responsible operations, welcome all, and advance human rights. Coincidentally, these categories remind us of their core values. Not only at the corporate level but also at the community level, strategies to accomplish these goals are being addressed. Marriott International promotes change and assists in achieving global frameworks and objectives such as the Sustainable Development Goals of the United Nations. Marriott International's sustainability strategy and initiative are concentrate on a variety of issues such as designing resource-efficient hotels, implementing technologies to monitor and decrease energy and water consumption, increasing the use of renewable energy, managing risk related to the climate and water, reducing waste and food waste, supporting creative initiatives for ecosystem restoration, and emphasizing ethical and local sourcing. In this presentation, we will focus on the following three SDGs. SDG 4, Quality Education, SDG 5, Gender Equality, and SDG 11, Sustainable Cities and Communities. We will also discuss how Marriott International is targeting them.
Marriott Sustainable Plan. Marriott Sustainable Plan revolve around four theoretical framework that is resilient collaboration, empowering young people, equality embracement and expansion of the industry. The achievement of SDGs is dependent on the partnership between the government, civil society and the private sector. To find creative answer to the problem, both the government and private sector should collaborate. To advance the agenda for sustainable development, inclusive partnership must be formed at multiple levels, including the global, national, subnational, and the local. Marriott understood the importance of these partnerships and shared vision and values, which created 2025 sustainability and social impact goals. Various Marriott hotels or properties around the world are expected to contribute towards these goals. Marriott's implement compelling, significant global initiatives following a framework they created in 2017. Marriott launched a platform for sustainability and social impact that is named as Serve 360, doing good in every direction. Four key areas are coordinates, each with a specific focus area and challenging goals, serve as the framework for Serve 360. Under the Nurture Our World quadrant, Marriott is helping to communicate in order to become more resilient and sustainably developed. Under the Maintain Responsible Operation quadrant, Marriott focus on reducing the company environmental impact using ethical sourcing practices and developing managing sustainable hotels while reducing the risk associated with the climate change. The goal under quadrant 3 empowers through the opportunity are ensuring that everyone in the company has access to opportunity and is prepared for the workplace. The target under quadrant 4 welcome all and advance human rights, that is creating a secure and friendly world for employees and visitors. They have clearly defined goals under each quadrant, and this clear framework help Marriott hotels around the world to focus on goal individually and as part of the 360 plan to expand the company enormously. Marriott has clearly divided its target under four diverse headers. As discussed, each quadrant has specific SDGs. Goals and targets of each objectives are defined and the company has beyond the UN SDGs to include few other things like inclusion of LGBT community, role of various stakeholders against these roles are defined. Communities and groups are formed at various levels of organization who are responsible to drive these initiatives. The SERVE 360 report is published annually to adequately report the advances of each policies. To create and manage sustainable hotel chains, sustainability is integrated into every aspect of a company strategy, from design to the visitor experience. By creating and running sustainable hotels, Marriott like to work with the employees, hotel owners, franchise, brands, suppliers, business partner and visitor to actively decrease the risk to their company and environmental impact. By 2025, all Marriott hotels will be LEED certified or equivalent, with 100% of Marriott hotel having a sustainability certification. But what is LEED certification? Now, LEED certification is the most widely used global standard that recognizes efficient, cost effective, and better improvement building for occupant and the environment. These are the improvement what Marriott is hoping to finish before 2025 to be 100% sustainable and equipped hotels. There are few more environmental certification what Marriott wants to achieve, that is a recognized sustainability standard that will help them to meet all the hotel standards. Second, 650 current or planned hotel will work under the LEED certification by 2025 standard for sustainable construction. By 2022, building design and renovation criteria will including LED certification or equivalent and specific service prototype solution for region with significant growth rates. 100% of all the prototype will be built under the LED certification by 2023. They are also planning to develop 250 more projects to adapt or reuse in collaboration with the owners by 2025.
In this slide, we assess Marriott's sustainability plan via SMART. SMART is a criteria established to assess the results or outcomes of targets and objectives set by an organization. SMART is an acronym for specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time bound. We measured the objectives and results of Marriott International for the selected three SDGs 4, 5, and 11 under the lens of SMART and found that Marriott's sustainability and social impact goals contain forward-looking statements such as organization's objectives for the year 2020, 2025, and other time periods, as well as comparable statements about events that are expected to occur in future but are not yet foreseeable. These goals are clearly defined and quantifiable. The goals become specific when they are delegated to established teams. To fulfill Marriott 2025 sustainability and social impact goals, a number of councils, committees, teams, and regional leaders of Platform Serve 360 have been formed and provide structure and oversight. Parameters to measure the goals are clearly defined and the company releases annual reports on the current position. Now let's discuss the progress and status under the chosen SDGs. SDG 4, that is quality education. As per Marriott's 360 report 2022, the group plans to invest at least 35 million US dollar for education by 2025. The aim is to increase and deepen programs and partnerships that develop hospitality skills and opportunities among youth, women, people with disabilities, veterans, and refugees. Marriott aspires to motivate and help young people in secondary schools and universities throughout the world to pursue professions in the travel and tourism industry in partnership with the Global Travel and Tourism Partnership. More than 1,800 teachers received training in 15 different countries in 2021, which benefited more than 4,000 schools and over 6,90,000 students. During the COVID-19 pandemic, online training and webinars were conducted, enabling 6,000 students from more than 100 countries to access the course material online. The next goal is SDG 5, that is gender equality. As per Marriott's 360 report 2022, the group plans to invest at least 5 million US dollars by 2025 to establish a global gender parity. In 2021, gender parity in the leadership of all global firms of Marriott International at vice president level and above was at 45%. The SIRF 360 Council plans to concentrate on launching new leadership talent inventory, creating diverse candidate slates for vice president and general manager positions, establishing new diverse talent strategies to engage and retain talent, and launching creative diverse talent recruiting initiatives to increase the representation of women. Various regions of Marriott are also working to empower women. For instance, the Canada region made the decision to give equal consideration to women and people of color for all management levels. In line with employment principles, Marriott is committed to providing fair and competitive compensation. Marriott reviews gender and racial pay fairness in the United States on an annual basis. The initiatives of Marriott under SDG 11 Sustainable Cities and Communities include reducing the environmental footprint of water intensity per room, carbon waste, food waste levels from 2016. Marriott aims to reduce water intensity per room by 15%, carbon intensity by 30%, waste to landfill by 45%, and reduce food waste by 50% and achieve a minimum of 30% renewable electricity use. This target is to be achieved by 2025. Against these targets, Marriott has failed to reduce water intensity per room as water intensity increased by 4.7% from 2016 levels instead of reduction. Marriott achieved 25.6% reduction of carbon intensity footprint by 2021 and is in line with the target. Regarding waste and food waste, Marriott is collaborating with other industry peers and members, including World Wildlife Fund, for the finalization and publication of hotel waste measurement methodology. Thus, the progress on this front is minimal. Thus, we see that organizations' goals under SDG 4, 5, and 11 are measurable under the criteria of SMART, as these are specific, measurable, and achievable, and these are relevant and time bound as well. The achievements and deficiencies can be quantified, and shortcomings can be highlighted.
In this slide, we will be providing critiques of the Marriott Sustainability Plan. Marriott has done some great work to target sustainable development goals. This slide is the synopsis of the sustainability plan achieved by Marriott Hotels and the areas where it is lagging behind. Under the SDG 4, which is quality education, Marriott has targeted not only the people directly linked with the organization but has widened the scope which will benefit various people from underserved communities across various countries. Targeting people outside the organization will lead to greater good. The outcome under the SDG 4 is achievable, but less than 50% investment is made and the organization is behind the schedule. As of 2021, they have invested 11.8 plus million dollars since 2016 against the initial target of 35 million. Acceleration on the goals of the targets is required, otherwise, the company won't be able to achieve its set goals. The initiatives and targets under the SDG 5, which is Gender Equality by Marriott, are clearly defined. The organization is close to achieve its set targets for gender parity. In addition to the SDG 5, the company has widened its goal and has formulated policies for the inclusion of the LGBT communities, which are not mentioned in the SDGs. However, the organization's gender equality targets gender parity only at the executive level. There is no mention of the entry level staff in their policy. Additionally, the company's goals are restricted to the empowerment of the women employees within the organization only. These initiatives need to be enhanced and more funds need to be committed to the empowerment of women and girls at all levels of the company, internally, and empowerment of underprivileged, downtrodden, and disadvantaged communities on the basis of caste, creed, and color in different countries across the world. Under SDG 11, Sustainable Cities and Communities, the company has set elaborated targets under this SDG. Marriott is very specific on how these goals are to be achieved. However, the organization is again lacking behind the schedule for almost all the set targets. They need to make more efforts to achieve these targets. The COVID 19 pandemic has caused havoc in every aspect of life. Hence, as per the United Nations publications 2022, the world is not on schedule to achieve the targets under the SDGs by the targeted date of 2030. Much more efforts and investments will be required to achieve the targets. Thank you, everybody, for your time and patience and staying till the end of the presentation. The forum is now open for questions.